So interesting how two people can have the exact same experience with the same parents, yet respond so differently.
Yeah.
I played a lot of sports growing up, and my mum would be taking care of my sister, and rarely would my dad show up. And I took that, and I have a good relationship with my dad now. And I took that as a sign of I got to decide who I wanted to be.
Mm,
And it's been probably one of the best things that ever happened to me that my dad didn't show up because I had no one to impress apart from myself.
yes.
And I love that because till this day, I make decisions based on not completely, I have challenges too, but I make wholly, I will reflect on decisions as to how do I feel about this because I'm the person that I have to live with. And I think that's one of my favorite qualities that I've been able to gain in life. But I also know a lot of people who've been through the same thing and they've just feel abandoned. They feel discouraged. They feel like no one was ever there for them. They weren't able to learn self-validation in the process. And it's almost like as parents, when you're trying to overcorrect, it's like you don't know how a child is going to respond to your presence or your absence. And I think we can kind of get into a whirlwind around that. And I like what you're saying, this idea of actually reflect with them
Totally.
is such a beautiful way as they get older of like, what does that mean? And I think that requires such a maturity on a parent's part because it's hard to do that.
It is. It is. But then you get to also model for your kids this thing that we wish maybe was modeled for us, reflection.
Yes.
And also, just to your point about the different responses, and I write about this in the book, and this is a big part of the literature on developmental science, but temperament really is real.